Over here. Have I ever cosplayed as a character? I did once. Anime Boston, a group of kids were doing Wolf's Ring, and they wanted me to play Kiba, or dress up, or cosplay as Kiba. And so I was like, well, I don't really have anything that looks just like him, and they were like, oh, we'll put it together. And so when I showed up, they had it, and so I put it on. I assume it's gotta be somewhere online. But I felt so weird walking around in that, like this wig. I'm like, I don't look anything like him. And then I remember walking up to an elevator ready to just take it off because I felt awkward, And then it opens up and I see Greg Ayers there dressed as one of his characters in purple, and he's like, hey! And I was like, hey! So it's kind of weird. Yes, right here. Yes. A musical? I would actually. I think it would be fun and funny at the same time. I would actually enjoy that. Yes, right here. Do I like video games or anime more, dubbing-wise? They're both pretty cool. Video games do pay better, usually. Anime doesn't pay nearly as good as a video game. I don't know, it's tough. I guess it depends on the game or the series, because sometimes you can get into a series and it's just dumb, Like, what is this show? Is anybody gonna see it? No. And then, but then the same thing can happen on a game. There's been games where I did this game is gonna be awesome, and then you never hear about it. Or it's just released in the UK or something, which has happened. I don't know, I guess the only thing I don't like about games is that anytime you go in for a game, you have to do like a ton of screaming. Like you're gonna have to die so many different ways, and you're gonna have to do all these different fight noises, which I enjoy doing, but I don't like doing them all like within, a short amount of time and burning out and walking away like, It's like just, scream for an hour. But I do enjoy it. I guess it depends on the project, really. Yes. Do I get to hang out with they let me sometimes hang out with other voice actors. Sometimes I do, yeah. Sometimes they're like people either have a birthday party or they meet up and whatever. There's a few that I do see, but really, again, like a lot of times it's just here at the cons, and we stumble into a panel, like the one I stumbled into last night. Cards Against Humanity. I had no idea. It's like, what is all the screaming? And I peek, and then I hear my name, and I was like, whoa, what? Okay, I'm going in here. What's gonna happen? It's actually a very interesting game. Yeah, there's some things that were like, I feel awkward about this one. I don't even know if I can laugh. Yes, right here.
Hello.
Coon and .hack was awesome. Let's see. I was working on Tales of the Abyss, actually, around the same time when I started working on .hack. And Guy is afraid of women, and Coon is a womanizer, So it was kind of a weird thing to go in, and it's like the same studio, too. And I was like, who am I doing today? Oh, yeah, that guy. Okay. But it was cool. Yes? Out of all the I like Guy a lot. Emil was fun though to play because it was a lot longer and there was so much more. It's kind of hard. I don't know. I like them both for different reasons, I guess. Just because I could be like kind of a cool dude, this guy, even though he's afraid of women. But Emil was a lot of fun to play, especially because I got to do so much of it. It was like
there have been a few.
Main
character. What was like being a pro?
Yes.
I think that was yesterday. I think it was.
Of all the giant robot characters, of all the different robots that my characters have controlled, which would I like to pilot? The Frog Zord. I would just want like a giant Frog Zord to be like running around town. So I'd be like, like one of those lowriders, pull up next to somebody, what's up? And do like the tongue sticks out or something, electrocute something. You haven't seen the show, you wouldn't know what I'm talking about. Well, they had like a billion like little frogs. Wasn't there a thing where like a ton of little frogs would leap out of its mouth? Which, did that make sense? What did they do, those little frogs? Release a plague or something? Rip. Yes. Okay. Drawing. Suggestions for getting into that, as far as like animating or just drawing stuff like manga. Just keep doing what you're doing, you know. And I imagine there's a ton of schools out there. Oh yeah, I mean, as far as manga's a totally different thing, and it's rare to have like a non-Japanese person. I only know of one, you know, that has gone over and been able to do that in Japan. So that means it's possible. But I guess you just got to keep at it, and you just got to be really good. And you could do anything. You really could. I mean, there's so many schools out here. You can start your own manga thing. I mean, I'm in a band. We're independent. We're not signed to a label or anything. You know, it's just we started making music, we started getting better, and we just do it in my garage studio. You know, where like I just have a bunch of mics and I put stuff around the walls and just set it up so it would work right like a studio. And you know, yeah, I mean, there's a ton of schools. There's a ton of art schools, obviously, and animation schools, like stuff like that to get into. I mean, yeah, you could. I mean, a lot of people are going to poo-poo on anything you want to do, you know? A perfect example was when I lived in Texas and I saw my instructor. I was working out at the martial arts school, the Shaolin Kung Fu, and my instructor called me over and he opens up this piece of paper, this newspaper, and he's like, "They're looking for new Power Rangers." And I was like, "What does that mean? Is it like actual Power Rangers, like actors, or like the stunt guys?" And I was like, "I don't know." He just says they're looking for new people and they're casting. He's like, "You should go give it a shot." You know, and so it was one person that believed in me, you know, and I said, "You know what, okay, I'm going to do it." You know, and so he helped me put together this routine, some kicks and flips and whatnot, right? And my friends, started telling my closest friends, my best friends, there's like 5 of them, and I was telling them, "I'm going to go do this audition, if you guys want to come and do something." They said, martial arts or dancing or gymnastics, you had to have, you know. And then I knew only one guy, this white guy, who thought he could dance. But the rest of them, I was like, "You guys should just go, you know, do it." And then, this is no joke, all of them, except for the white guy that could dance, or thought he could dance, all of them said, "Dude, you live in Texas. We don't get to be movie stars. We don't get, you need to think of something else, you know, like an actual job. You're wasting your time. You know, yeah, you're doing martial arts, maybe you should just go open a school or something." But my passion really was to be like an action star. Like that's where I had this passion to do that, from Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, and watching all those guys. You know, I had like this passion, but all they did, my closest friends just poo-pooed on it. And they're like, "Dude, don't even waste your time. You're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get it. There's no way you're gonna become a Power Ranger. There's just no way." And then for me, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna know if I don't try. You know, and I said, "Well, I'm going." You know, and the one white guy was like, "Yeah, I'll go with you." You know, and he wasn't even the closest friend for me. You know, and he went with me. You know, and I auditioned, and it was a weird process, but I went through it all, and you know, I became a Power Ranger. So, I mean, if you have an ambition or a passion inside you, there's something you want to do. If you want to become an artist or a musician or a singer or whatever, any of that stuff. I'm living proof that anything is possible. It doesn't matter really where you are, it's just how much drive and passion you have. You can accomplish just about anything, you know, if you really set your mind to it. And I mean, a lot of times it's not actually, I mean, some people tell you believe in yourself, but that's really hard, you know. You do, it's nice to have somebody else saying, "Man, go for it." And the truth is you're not going to know until you go and do it, really, you know. 5 minutes left. Speed round, yes. A bit louder, what was it? what character that I didn't play? What character that I didn't play out of anything could I have played differently? That I would like to play? Spider-Man. I would like to play Spider-Man. And I got to do a little bit of a motion comic thing once, but it was only really the trailer for it. And I got to play Spider-Man, but I would love to do Spider-Man. That would just be cool. Yes? Yes? Most relate to? Ichigo, Nero, Kiba, Lelouch sometimes. Isaiah on occasion. I'm gonna have to wrap it up. You guys want to hear a quick story? Alright, quick story, and then I've got to go over and I've got to do autographs right now. So yeah, okay, so quick story. Let me think of one. In the booth, you want to hear a story in the booth? Okay, Kiba in Wolf's Rain. I was working on Wolf's Rain, and usually I try to show up. I do show up early, usually, 15 minutes or whatever. This one day I was running kind of late, so I didn't eat breakfast, and so I got in there, I was in the booth, and when I was there, my stomach started, I could feel it, it was going to start growling, right? And you guys know, when you're in school, your stomach starts to growl, and it's so embarrassing, so you start tapping your table, and or you flip some papers to make enough noise to cover up your stomach growling. Just me? Just me, okay. And so anyways, I would do that, what's this guy doing? My stomach's growling, sorry. And so my stomach was gonna growl, and I had some water, and I figured this out, it's you just start drinking water, and it shuts it up. And so in my mind, I see this growly monster going, I'm gonna growl, and you pour water on his head, and he's like, oh. So I would do that every time I felt oh, it's gonna growl, and then I would drink water. And because in the booth, it's super embarrassing, they hear everything, and you can't, there's nothing, they're gonna hear it, And so I'm in there and I'm fighting it this whole time, and I'm working, fighting the growly monster. And this one moment, I'm supposed to deliver a line, and I couldn't, it snuck up on me. And instead of just making an obvious growl, an obvious my stomach went. It sounded like I thought I could squeeze out a fart, but my butt cheeks were no. And it, no joke, went like that. I was oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing. And I look over, and they're just staring at me Elizabeth is and I was that was my stomach. I don't know how it made that noise, but it made that noise. I know it sounded like a fart, but it wasn't. And then she was and I was no, come in here and smell. Just come in and smell. It smells fine in here. She's oh. And so anyways, that's my embarrassing fart in the booth story. All right, so I'll see you guys over there if you're going to get autographs. Thank you guys so much. And I know I'm not going to be taking a lot of pictures, but I will take pictures now over there as well.